Hey everyone, I'll be showing a quick demo of my plant monitoring and intelligent automation platform, Canopy Systems. So, a quick introduction on what motivated this solution and platform in the first place. Well, I actually grow a lot of different, pretty unique plants from throughout the world. They all have very unique growing requirements, seasonal requirements, in order to flourish. And a lot of the work I do is kind of more in the sort of botanical conservation space. And I grow many different plants that are pretty uncommon worldwide. So it's extremely imperative and important for these kind of high value plants that we have systems in place to be able to ensure their long-term maintenance and propagation and cultivation. So I'll go ahead and log in to this platform. So as a user, you'd be going to the login page here and you press get started. I'm going to actually go ahead and show you my grow tray directly as a demo. So this is actually a working live MVP of this platform that I'm actually currently using for my grow trays. So essentially, at a very high level, our intelligence all lives in a Raspberry Pi. So that's connected via VNC. So if I go into this VNC, you can actually see the data coming in from all of the different edge devices and sensors. So this all uses MQTT as the foundation of the architecture, which organizes things in a publisher subscriber fashion. In this case, your subscribers are action devices, so these are actuators such as irrigation or temperature management. And you also have sensor devices, which are generally your publishers. So they'll be publishing these little payloads that include data bits on the current temperature, humidity, water level, and light requirements. So when you go into this page, you would have three different or two different things. You'd have a sensor hub. So you'd go ahead and add a sensor hub here. So I've got two different sensor hubs for two different environments. And then when you go into each of these sensor hubs, you can add an action. So an action is essentially something like a temperature control, fan control, light control. And actually, all it requires from the hardware is two things. You'd have this sensor hub, right, which would report to this dashboard, and you'd actually have a smart plug. And using the smart plug, you can connect it to any type of actuator that's already existing. So it's a quick and low cost way to immediately connect your system directly to an intelligent platform that can help you run automations seamlessly. So what does that automation look like? Well, we can actually see the data packets coming in via MQTT here for the devices that we've hooked up, and you can kind of see the temperature and humidity. There has been an issue within the last day for this humidity and temperature values here, so I'd ignore that. But what's really cool about this is when you have this action device, you can actually just go in directly and you can add your start time, end time, apply, and this goes directly via MQTT to the device and updates its memory, so it knows when to turn on and off. So you can kind of see that variation in the device turning on and off on its own. So this is very powerful as it is, but what's extremely unique about this is we can actually go ahead and really make this extremely scalable, right? So this is kind of what this my gross setup looks like. These are all your irrigation devices down here. This kind of shows you a quick demo of that system live, right? So you have your irrigation lines running down to your devices, and you can essentially control these directly via the platform, or you can add automations to your trays. So in this case, I quickly showcase your grow lights. So pay attention to the grow lights here at the top shelf. That's the water level sensor right there. And you can see I just go directly within my action card for that grow light. I can specify a time to turn it on and off. I set the end time to some earlier time in the day, and the light just turns off just like that. You can do that for your irrigation, you can do that for your heating, space heater, fans, whatever. And what's really powerful about this is eventually you can have a more agentic experience. Go ahead and control this. So say you want to see how your system has been doing the last couple weeks, you can go directly and talk to the agent and let it know. Um, you can go directly into schedule and automate, and you can actually add an automation plan, whether that's a seasonal schedule or a daily schedule. Like maybe you have different requirements for humidity during the day and night, so you want to be able to measure that and you want to act on it and update those in real time. And each time these action devices report something, so suppose it turns on, suppose your irrigation turns on or it turns off, right? If you want to be able to know when that happens, actually you get a Discord notification for that. So that actually gets sent via MQTT, and that happens within the Raspberry Pi here. And when it does send that update, it'll go to Discord. I think I can show that really quick. And if you're on your phone, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to essentially see those updates coming in real time. So here you can see at 8:30 p.m. my African Burina light had turned off. You can confirm that in here it was 8:30 p.m. before I updated it, that the light did in fact turn off. So it's a really, really powerful system. And then you can imagine what you can do with an agentic AI that can then just go in and manage and control these devices for you based off what you're growing. So there's a lot of powerful and scalability in this, and we're looking for our first users. So if you're growing anything that is high value, or you're trying to do work with the research and you're really trying to collect data, this is a quick and fast way to hook things up. Thank you very much.